While I was going through my old journals, I came across the statement in the note saying discipline is freedom. I wanted to dive deeper into this concept, into the idea, so this is what the video is about. Finding, or me reasoning my way to prove that discipline is freedom. So we all chase freedom in some sense. We want freedom of time, freedom of space, so we can travel and spend time with our family. We want to have freedom to do whatever we want, whenever we want. We just don't want to have any boundaries, I guess, or any things that try to bind us. I don't think that concept is right, but there is a point to be made that with a job, you can, or with a business, you can have freedom of time, you can have freedom of space, you can have freedom of money. All those freedoms we're chasing, I think, are connected to discipline. So I want to take you down on a trip, down memory lane, to see why I think that and where I come from. So enter the research stage. So that all started like 6 or 7 years ago. So I knew that I wanted to have a family at some point, and I wanted to provide for them. So I tried to set myself up in a career that interested me on the one hand, but also was good enough to actually provide for my family. So that's the beginning of the journey. I started studying forestry, and then I figured out, oh yeah, like it might not be enough money. So I studied a master's degree in agriculture, focusing on environmental education, which is not really a good money-making field, but that's what I figured out over time. Anyway, so I started playing with the idea of starting my own business because I thought, oh yeah, so with having my own business, I can get to freedom of money, freedom of time. I can do whatever I want. And so I started looking up on YouTube how to do that. So I looked up like how to earn money online, and if you ever ask yourself that question, you know you are going down deep into a rabbit hole. And this is the research part, because I watched everything I could get my hands on. It's so much fun since YouTube introduced the double speed at some point. And so I could actually watch double the amount of videos in the same time. So I got even more knowledge. I sucked it all up. And the statement is that a lot of people tell you it's easy to make 4 to 10 grand per month working from anywhere in the world. And recently it's the 4 hours work week, the 2 hours work day. There are a lot of things that say like you don't need to work a lot and you get a lot of money for it. So those are the claims they say, and they show you the steps, and they make it pretty easy to get there. At least so it seems. We enter the dreamer stage. So then I was like so hyped up on that after all the research I had done that I was like, oh yeah, like this can actually work. I'm having a dream life. I just need to copy their simple steps, but they make it seem so easy. So I shouldn't, it shouldn't take me too long. And then you start getting distracted with dreaming of the life you could have, but I didn't take many actions at first. I'm not saying that their ideas work. What I experienced myself is that it's fun to dream. It's fun to have the dream of doing with the family whatever you love, and with that, you'll just have passive income coming in. Like you have 2 hours per day that you like do a little bit of work, and then you'll be off on like biggest adventures, and it's so easy. So here comes the fun stage. So I got started. I was like all motivated. I wanted to get to work. It's fun because now I know what my dream is going to look like, because they say like, oh yeah, you just need to envision your dream. You just need to dream and make it so clear where you want to go. that it will be easy to get there. And I was like, okay, yeah, I have my dream. I have now, like, I have a pretty clear what I want. So I was setting up a website. What are $20 for hosting? Anyways, like, it's just, like, in the grand scheme of things, if I make 10 grand a month, like, these $20 don't matter. Oh yeah, like, I need $20 for Adobe. Like, oh yeah, that's easy. And then this and that and this and that. And I typed away. I was like so focused, and then I started writing some blog posts. Yeah, like I ended up maybe writing 8. And I was like, oh yeah, YouTube is a thing. So let's start making a YouTube channel. A lot of people have a lot of views. I watched them the whole time, so I know how to do it. I started a YouTube channel, started publishing videos, getting a few views, but not really anything substantial. I didn't make dollars then either, so that didn't work. And then it was crickets. I was down at the bottom. Blogging didn't work. YouTube didn't work. It's just not as easy as I thought. And yeah, that was the beginning 3 years ago. So that's quite a bit. So pretty much every step along the way took me a year to get through. So now so I started 6-7 years ago. Now I'm in 3 years. I have a YouTube channel that barely works. I have a blog that's not getting any visitors. And I'm not really making money. Instead, I'm spending money every month. We enter the dreadful stage. I realize it's not that easy. It's not passive at all. I'm working more than ever before, and I haven't seen a penny yet. I'm putting in a lot of effort. I'm like hustling. We're talking, oh yeah, I need this better camera because they say that camera works better, and so we're spending more money. Then it's like, okay, the camera, that works, but the audio is like not good. So I need to buy a new microphone too. Yeah, so all of that, I'm paying all of it. I'm paying with my money. I'm paying with my time. It's hard. I was about to give up, and it's hard to like see the point of it anymore. And that's the interesting part was then. And that's something that I've observed now because I'm around the block a few times in those years. This is the deciding stage. So my story so far might not have been so impressive back then. I've created a few videos, uploaded a few blog posts, like had a bit of Instagram where I was like consistently like, but it's not getting many views, not many followers. But there's an interesting thing because what I've observed is that we all want the freedom, we all dream a dream, and then we get started. But like it's down like a funnel, I guess. A lot of people are dreaming the dream, and so it's easy to sell the dream. It's harder to get them started, but many people still do. It's a lot less people come down and survive the dreadful stage where where it's only crickets and it's just hard and you want to give up. So how do you actually come up now? And this is the result of 3.5 years. I have filmed over 200 videos. I've published over 500 blog articles because I'm stubborn. I'm too stubborn to quit. I'm seeing though the first success too. Like I had just last week from an average of 5,000 per month, 5,000 views per month. I had a few videos skyrocket up to 12,000 views in 48 hours. So I'm now at 20,000 views instead of 5,000 views in just a couple of days. So that's all it takes in the end. And it just means you need to show up. And so over the years, I've been more or less consistent. I know that I can get there faster now because I actually see what is possible and what is not possible. And I know how to stick to things. I mean, this channel too, I'm not seeing any results right now, but I know that once I stick with it for long enough, it's just a matter of time until I get there. I'm now like, 18, 19, 20 videos in. I'm like not even a month on YouTube with this channel, maybe almost, but I will see it through. And so this is why I'm saying that if you stay disciplined and committed to the craft of posting something online regularly, sticking with one thing like one account or one platform, you will actually get results. This is what I've seen a lot of times over and over again, that a lot of channels creep, and then all of a sudden goes up. And everybody's like, oh yeah, they did it. They just showed up. And yeah, but the way there, and this is why I'm saying discipline is freedom, because being disciplined means you can stick with something long enough to actually see the results. And so if you're staying disciplined, you actually have the freedom, because first of all, once my things are done, I'm free to do and relax, and I can do something else because I've shown up, I've done my work. Over time, being disciplined means also staying committed and not just giving up because you feel like it. It's being disciplined to run the system, to keep doing what will get the work done, will get the results, putting in the work, putting in the effort. All that takes discipline. And so underneath the whole freedom of time and freedom of money and freedom of space, this conversation, you need to be disciplined. And that's why I think no matter what you do, just keep doing it and not quit. Meaning, be disciplined. You will get better and you will see results. So I think it still means it's hard today for me. Like, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes. But I do take actions. And I'm not letting myself get slowed down by what other people think and what other people do. And this is why I think discipline is freedom. And that's what we need to focus on. We need to keep doing the work. We need to be disciplined. We need to be committed and putting in the effort and hours. And that's how you can get there. And that's what I've seen over and over now. I know that it'll be a lot of years where it's struggling to find success, where it's grinding to actually get good enough at something that it picks up. I've now spent so many hours recording videos that I'm confident to say that I'm good enough on the camera. I think I can talk about topics in a certain way with a certain energy that actually will be seen as a right enough video to be watched. And so I think that's something that you will learn over time and you get good with if you just are disciplined. If you have any questions or comments to this, just write underneath and I'll get back to you and we can have a little chat about it.